How's it going, everyone? King Blacktooth here. It's getting really cold outside, which is the perfect time for some more Gwent. And in this video I want to really discuss and talk to you about the card Olgierd. Now, I have done similar videos, but I really wanted to start a series where I basically explain one card. I want to tell you why you might want to have this card in your deck. So, what are his strengths, what are his weaknesses, what kind of strategies can you employ, how do you counter this card, and also, how cheap is it in terms of crafting, and how much of an impact would it make for beginners. Okay, so hopefully you'll all find a little bit something of use in this video. So Olgierd is a 6 strength silver neutral card that goes on the melee row, and his ability is that at the start of a new round he will come out of the graveyard for free and -2 from his original strength. So he's 6 strength from round 1 where you place him down hopefully, and then he's 4 strength from round 2, and then he's 2 strength from round 3. So he's worth 12 strength overall, and that's about average for a silver card, I would say. So Olgierd is a card which I think, if you don't synergize with him, is a pretty plain card, not very interesting. I wouldn't recommend putting him in any deck that doesn't synergize with him in some way at least. But because then he's effectively just 12 strength split over 3 rounds, which is okay. It's about average. There's probably a lot of silver cards which you could get more from if the opportunity arises. You can combo a little bit better with. But there are a couple of factions which really do synergize well with Olgierd, and these are the factions or the cards which can buff original strength. So the first one, which many people already know, is Skellige. They have the Clan Tordarroch Shieldsmiths, and it really is all down to those guys. So the Clan Tordarroch Shieldsmiths, they are 3 strength initially, and they buff for 4 strength, but that buff is via original strength. So that means if you buff Olgierd, it'll go from a 6-4-2 over the 3 rounds to a 10-8-6, because original strength is kept when he goes into the graveyard and comes back out. So, he starts to turn to some really good numbers there. 10-8-6 is pretty nice numbers each round really there. And you can you can buff him multiple times, which is really nice. And because of the synergy between the Shieldsmiths and Olgierd, the Shieldsmiths +4 buff actually effectively gets tripled, because it's going to come out on round 1, round 2, and round 3. So you can effectively triple the Shieldsmith's buff from 4 to 12 if you place it on Olgierd in round 1, which is really impressive. Now, that is the main reason you want to stick him in Skellige. I need to mention that the Skellige deck ability, where every unit gets +1 strength in your hand, deck, and graveyard at the end of a round, that doesn't work on Olgierd because he comes out of the graveyard back onto the board before it can take effect. So the Skellige deck ability is non-existent for Olgierd, which is unfortunate, unless you've got him in your hand or your deck and you didn't get him straight away. So the main reason to use him is for the Shieldsmiths, okay? So the second faction, which utilizes him quite well, is Northern Realms. Now, they can actually seal original strength using their promotion card. So if you buff something up and their strength goes green, when you promote it, it seals that strength and turns it to original value and turns the card to gold. So you could buff him with Swallow Potions, you could buff him with Kaedwani Siege supports and all that, and then when you're ready, you just have to pop a promotion on him, and he'll turn whatever strength he's got into golden original strength, and when he goes into the graveyard and comes back out, he'll keep that strength. And he also gets an extra +2, which negates the -2 because he's a gold card and you're playing Northern Realms at that time. So really effective there. Now, a very common overarching strategy with Northern Realms is to buff, Adrenaline Rush, Foltest, Promote. That's a very common theme that seems to be occurring at the minute. And this card kind of utilizes that. You won't get as high in numbers as you would with, say, Poor Infantry, because you can't Foltest this guy. So, whereas Poor Infantry, you buff, Adrenaline Rush, and then Foltest, and you'll get a copy, and that copy will create a copy, so you get 3 of them, and then you promote them all. This guy won't get that high, so you won't get higher numbers. You can probably get about 40. But you don't need Adrenaline Rush for this guy, and he'll come through all 3 rounds. So it's a little better. It's a trade-off, whatever you want to do. Poor Infantry stay for 2 rounds, but for higher strength. This guy stays for all 3, so you're weakening the opponent just generally a lot more, but over 3 rounds instead. And you don't need Adrenaline Rush in your deck to utilize him. So to counter this guy, he's pretty weak to Frost. He's a melee card with no flexibility, and has no immunity to Frost either. So if you're playing a monster weather deck, he's going to be pretty rubbish, I think. You are buffing him by original strength, so if you clear skies that weather, he will get it all back, which is really nice. Or if you've promoted him with Northern Realms, it doesn't matter anyway. But you are going to struggle if you're fighting against monsters with frost, and you can kind of expect them to have frost, Caranthir, and all those. But the thing is, I think that this guy's value in Skellige and maybe Northern Realms, is up to you what kind of strategy you're going for there. His value is definitely worth putting in, because even if you come across a monster player, you can just change the strategy a bit. You want to start shield smithing things which are immune, so some of these Clandemon pirates or possibly the light longship, something like that. You just switch your strategy, and having him in there for when you can use him is just great value. So another counter is pretty much monster specific, which is manipulating the graveyard after he's been sent. So if you buff him up really high and then, you know, the opponent scorches him, that's not generally bad. I mean, usually when the opponent scorches Olgierd, you're thinking, okay, that's fine. I'll get him back another 2 turns and he's used his really powerful scorch, not a problem. But monsters could do that and then possibly caretaker him, stealing him from your graveyard and playing him on theirs, which is really powerful, really scary. They could ghoul him, so if he's the only card in the graveyard, they could place a ghoul and they will consume him for, you know, what it could be 15, 16 strength or something crazy. You know, and they've got also the Griffin, which can move it from your graveyard to theirs, so you can't access it anymore. So, manipulating graveyard and frost are the 2 main weaknesses which Olgierd suffers. So lastly, let me just talk about how cheap the card is in terms of crafting. He is an epic, so he's only costing 200, which is generally, I think, obtainable for most new players. You know, save a little bit and you could get this card. And I think the impact in a Skellige deck, more so than Northern Realms, is quite strong. Because I think the Northern Realms tactic could be used with pretty much anything, although he does come through all 3 rounds, which is really nice. But yeah, for Skellige, I think it makes a huge impact on a free-to-play deck, because you're going to have the light longships, you're going to have Priestesses of Freya and Shieldsmiths quite easily, quite quickly, so I think he works really well, and 200 scraps is relatively cheap, I think, rather than a legendary. Now, some people have put forward alternatives which could work a little bit better or a little bit differently. The first one would be Morkvarg. Now, this is a Skellige only one, so that's generally quite good, but not if you want to do the Northern Realm strategy. Morkvarg is 5 strength, silver card, goes on the melee row as well, and his ability is very similar. When he gets removed, he comes back out and minus his 2 strength from his original strength. So he's 1 strength less, but that doesn't really matter. But he comes out again instantly. Okay, so this guy only comes out at the beginning of rounds. Morkvarg comes back instantly. So if you scorch him, he doesn't even hardly go to the graveyard before he comes back out. He comes back out instantly, which is, you know, kind of better. It means they can never really get rid of him. Now, the worst thing about him, in that sense, is that if the opponent has played a Biting Frost, they could ping him and ping him and ping him and ping him, and, you know, just keep wounding him loads, get in there. Wild Hunt Warrior is buffed up a little bit, and it's not much you can do about it. So Olgierd is better in that sense, in that he wastes several Biting Frost to eliminate him. But for the most part, Morkvarg is a better version of this, but Morkvarg is also a legendary card, so he costs 800 to craft, so for new players, it's a lot more out of reach, I think. And the difference between Morkvarg and this one is a little substantial. I mean, Morkvarg comes back instantly. It's really hard to, you know, stop him if you haven't got a weather, because you can't scorch him because he just comes back immediately with 2 less strength, which is huge, you know. So but I think Olgierd is a very nice card which will work very similar for beginner decks, which might be a little bit more obtainable for some people. The second alternative is Roach. I think, again, Roach is also a legendary card, and the same sort of idea. He comes out whenever a gold card is played, and you could buff him via original strength, and then when he's scorched, play another gold card, and he comes back out. Same sort of thing. The problem is, again, for beginners, it's not really that great, because you probably haven't got a lot of golden cards if you are a beginner, and then you don't want to really rely on your opponent playing golden cards. Obviously, if they're playing a Northern Realms deck with promotion, your quid's in, but for the most part, Roach is probably an advanced deck where you've got a lot of golds and you know how to play it. For beginners, it's not really that good, in my opinion. Roach might be quite good for the Northern Realms side though, because obviously you've got a lot of auto-promoting things. But that's about it. We've got some short gameplay clips coming up, demonstrating some of the strategies you can use Olgierd for. I'd like to say thank you. If you'd like to see more of these types of videos, let me know and I'll do more for different cards. Again, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you again very soon. It gets rid of Hawker supports and stuff. If anything, I should remove 1 more of these. I'm only taking them because they're immune to fog, then I'm not really taking them for their discarding. Right, who am I fighting? Skellige. Okay, we can buff this guy up juicy amounts. Although maybe I had to do that, but They'll get buffed up anyway. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Clear skies, no. And sworn, that's useful. Let's see if we can't get something better. Oh, that's good. Don't think they have any targets with 3 strength. I want to get rid of the Axeman, but he's not very good, so it doesn't matter. After a while, you will forget what you got from paid crates. I don't think so. I mean, I got a lot of, like, bronze ones, you know, commons. I'm not really even counting them, but I should do, but they're the things that I forget.
The moment. I need to smoke.
I promise you a quick death. So what?
So, my ideal buffer is Olgierd in this particular deck. I know, you know, I like to resurrect these, but Olgierd will come out nonetheless, and so I'll use my resurrects on them. Olgierd basically triples the value of the Shieldsmith's buff. And yes, of course, he will be susceptible to Scorch. That's fine, I don't really mind. If I can get the Scorch out of the way to begin with, I'm happy with that. And again, this is a very simple forward solution. They really can't do much about it, apart from Scorch him now, but...
So what?
I'm pretty sure he went at Frost. You can play Where's Your Priority and Bomb. 3 pirates, your total deck count is 23. Oh, that's a reasonable reply. Watch not block your Scorch. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
Across the wide, somber sea, I will sail.
Not your lucky day. Out with the crowns. Come on, quick now.
Going for a buffing. Oh no, he's going for that.
Modron Freyr is patient, but she brooks no insult.
Yeah, that thunder was very helpful. And the thing is, I get Olgierd back at a whopping, I think, 13? Oh no, about 16. But you're right, he would reduce, it would thin your deck if you get him at the beginning of the game, which is really nice. This game lacks emotes. Yes, it does for now. Geralt or something? I think they might put in emotes later, but I'm not sure.
Freyr is patient, but she brooks no insult.
You should do the priestess and then the shieldsmith. I think that would have been 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, should have done the priestess and then the shieldsmith, because then it would have carried the buff over to the next round when he medics. If you could, but if you can. The light shall burn you.
So what?
Right.
Should I
Oh, but Xbox Live players can't really buy cards at the minute, so...
Give us all you got!
PC players have a huge advantage, and it's probably really annoying for Xbox players.
Bow before Modron Freyr.
Let's not get in the way of my axe.
Oh, I'd already beaten him in strength, I didn't mean to do that. Brooks no insult. I think it means that she takes no insult, as in like, if you insult me, I'm not going to stand for it. I brook no insult. You know, I don't take an insult lightly. That type of thing, I think.
Peace is priceless.
I actually forgot that we needed promote to do the thing, so I got RNG again. I mean, he might get scorched, and then I can maybe just move back to Geralt, you know.
I'm in no mood for jests.
We could have used Commander's Horn. I think that's something we don't have. Because KB streams for fun. I do stream for fun, yeah. Okay, you ready?
Elves must die! Elves must die!
I don't know if it's worth waiting there just for 2 strength, you know what I mean?
Close ranks!
I don't have promote Commander's Horn, which is unfortunate. I think I've already won this round. Don't play Yen, that's right. I'll minus something later. Okay, and there we go.
Death holds no surprises.
What'd I get? 2 cards. Give me what you got. Oh, that's nice. Infantry spam plus Yen next round. To be honest, he could have a combo here. He could beat me in strength. It's not hard to beat me, but he's got to do it 2 times. Basically. And suddenly I've got card advantage again, which is amazing. Oh, that is the most horrible thing ever. Is cow stain on the board. Field medic. What have I got? Oh, reinforcement. No, that's not good. I feel so bad. I feel so bad. Weird.
A moment. I need to smoke.
Drago free. Welcome, man. Okay. It's time for some Skellige glory. Let's see how it goes. That's the rotten on the card I picked.
Elves must die! Regroup!
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Sweden.
You one of us or not?
You one of us or not? No, I ain't, mate. Be gone!
Close ranks!
Thanks, Dread the Tyrant. Or the Tyrant. The Triant. Triant. $62 strength. Give it a go.
I'm in no mood for jests.
Oh, these games are so quick. These games are so quick. I think you know, I think you could beat this deck, you know? I think you could. Just got to make sure you don't pass and... Like, I'm in a bit of a bad spot now. I've got Olgierd, but...
A moment. I need to smoke.
Some squad adapted focused around specials and control, maybe? Yeah, you want Aegleus for that. Aegleus is amazing.
Tell me you jest.
Okay, so he only loses 2 strength at the start of the round. Amazing. I didn't know that.
Regroup.
I think I'm still going to go for it. But, But I'm guessing if he's got a frost, then, you know, I'm a bit doomed, really. You know what I mean? Yennefer might be good later. Because Yennefer can do 2. There you go. Thought it would happen.
Resistance is futile.
That's weird. Forfeit? No, 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 no. Alright, that's unfortunate.
A moment. I need to smoke.
Okay. We can just shift it around a little bit. We can shift it onto these guys. Alright, okay. And what have we got in our graveyard here that's any good? These guys. That's what we want. No, it's not, is it? Yeah. Basically, that or that is fine. It's fine. When we use our medic.
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am.
So, I mean, the strategy is nice, but I think it is counterable, you know? Weather seems to do the best job, I think.
Death comes for you.
There you go.
You crossed the wrong sorceress.
Bingo, bango, bongo. I need a key. So, yeah.
I told you so, you idiot.
A moment. I need to smoke.
Tell me you jest.
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
Lacerate. Go on. Oh, man. Damn all frauds. Alright, that's decent.
But we're broke as shit peddlers.
Close ranks!
Maybe craft Priscilla, maybe.
not your lucky day. Any last words?
The draw, isn't it? It's a fucking draw. Excellent, man. Don't care. Olgierd still good. Didn't lose. Don't care, didn't lose. Alright? Don't care, didn't lose.